Prakash. Prashant, I'm sorry, Prashant Prakash. My apologies. Alright, so they made a film called Candy Flip, and there are a few people behind there, so you all want to click pictures first and be done with it and send it down?
Yeah. So, one small mistake which can lead to addiction or which can lead to downfall of a person. And today I think when I was going for the screening, I got a news that the guy, Sunny, the real person, he died 2 months back. It was quite a shocking news for me as well, and on the day of my screening. So through this film, we want people to think, create a thought in the mind, like an afterthought, and decide for themselves if they should do drugs or not do drugs. Any questions I can...
Alright, just to update everybody here, the Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Shri Manohar Parrikar, will be joining us shortly, after which we will all take an anti-drugs pledge, which will be read out. And after that, we'll have a one-on-one session with Kalki as well, right here. So I'll save all the questions for later. But Gulshan, what was it that attracted you towards this particular role?
I have known Shahnawaz for quite some time now. Then he used to come and stay in our house sometimes. And he'd been working on this idea, and he got in touch with me. And of course, we're all friends. Prashant is a friend of mine, so I knew that they're doing this movie together. And I'd seen some footage that they had done as a test shoot. They were putting a sort of a pitch together. So it seemed like a great idea, and Shahnawaz is a friend, so you want to help and support your friends. So interestingly, I've used him as inspiration in one of the films that I did. So I thought it would be nice to sort of pay it back to him and work with him where he will direct me. And he gave me a lot of artistic freedom to sort of interpret the character. And I think he's a bright young man who is trying to tell stories his own way, his own unique way. He has a good heart and a good mind, and hopefully someday he'll be a very accomplished filmmaker.
Alright, and I must say that the film has a lot of style and a lot of substance as well. Not that kind of substance, but substance, as in content. So please do watch this film as and when you get a chance. Today, as we said, that it was shown at 19:30 in Wasco, and hopefully we'll get to see it in the theatre soon. But one quick question for Kalki, which is related to the film. You've always been a strong supporter of independent cinema. So was it that you wanted to support independent cinema, or was it the character which made you do this film?
My friends, honestly. Yes, of course, I'm glad that the film is unique and it's an independent film, and it's made with a lot of sweat and blood. And of course, I love the character that I play. I got to play this English tourist character, which I've never done before. But more than anything, everybody I know is in the film, and they're all very good friends of mine, and I wanted to support them and be part of it.
Oi, Sachin संगा रे तू Sachin. Oi, side side in रहा.
As already informed to you by DGP, we have already started a campaign from the law side. But I feel that campaign from social side, either social media or helping those who want to pull out of the habit, also needs to be done simultaneously. We are thinking of educating and also to ensure that those who want to kick the habit are properly supported, guided, so that we can ensure that they don't fall back into the same trap again. These aspects will be also taken up, and I welcome any message which is anti-drug, because this is one of the most dangerous thing which can happen. In fact, I have told police, while I will, not that I will tolerate, but while I can understand some other aspect of ills in the force, two aspects I will not tolerate. One is against their attitude towards drug, it has to be strong action, and number two, any atrocities or any crime against women and child. These are two areas which have been defined as no-go, and I am happy that they are working on it from their side. But from government side, we will also work on the social aspect of it, of educating, because school children in schools at initial level, the bad effects, ill effects of drug should be also highlighted, so that in fact Goa is the first state where we have started a program called as counseling in the schools. Each student is properly counseled, and we found that almost about 14 to 15% of students do have some kind of problem, of which around 5 to 6% is quite serious problems. And this problem needs to be tackled. Some of the problems are cropping up because of the changes in the overall society. Today's society, the mother, father both sometimes work, and children don't have proper guidance from the parents. So obviously sometimes they go wrong. All these aspects needs to be understood at a right time, and Goa has started this counseling scheme under which we are identifying the problems of the young generation and trying to address them right at the initial stages. Because once a desperation takes place, a child can go towards drug or can develop criminal tendencies or develop wrong habits. So I welcome this initiative and congratulate the full crew for the star, those who participated in this movie. My best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. If I may request all of you to please join us in taking the anti-drugs pledge, which will be read out by Kalki. So she will read out the pledge, and please join us in reading out this anti-drugs pledge.
So please repeat after me. Feel free to repeat after me. If ever I am in a situation where I am offered drugs, I pledge to walk away from it. This is my oath to myself. I will not succumb. I know the trip isn't worth my life, my family, and my friends. This is not the high my head wants. Life is bigger than one trip.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, please take that pledge very, very seriously as Kalki read that out, and say no to drugs, as the old adage goes. We would like to felicitate the team of Candy Flip with a memento. I'd like to request the Honorable Chief Minister to please.
Yeah, straight here. And now both of you here. Inside here. One more straight. Yeah, one more straight here. Yeah.
To Bollywood. So how did that happen?
I was born in a small village called Periyamudale Chavadi, which is a fisherman village outside Pondicherry. My parents met there in the 1970s, and yeah, they both had come, to India in search of something, and I think they really connected with the ashram, Aurobindo ashram. So I was born, brought up there, and confused child, speaking English at school. It started, I think, there, in school itself. And then I went to study acting at a drama school in London called Goldsmiths for 3 years. And then I came back to actually I came back to Bangalore. I joined a theatre company. I worked with Atul Kumar, I worked with Ajay Krishnan, and then Rajat Kapoor and Anamika Haksar, and basically just started in that and then got into Bollywood.
So was it a smooth transition from theatre to cinema, or it just happened one fine day?
No. Nothing is a smooth transition in life. From the moment you are born, I think life is pretty rough. But I think it's great to be able to shift between the two. I love doing theatre and I love doing film, but obviously I don't do what I do in film when I do theatre. They're two very different mediums. Of course, it also helps that films pay money, whereas theatre is still, struggling. So I feel you need to balance both.
But you've also taken a keen interest in other facets of filmmaking, for example, writing.
Yes.
So where did that come from?
Yeah, that also from childhood. I've been writing, and actually my mother wanted me to do a course in writing or journalism, but I was keen on doing acting. I write when I'm unemployed. That's what happens. When I have no other work, then I start writing. And I've always found it therapy. It's a way of just letting things out which I can't express in the moment sometimes. So it's useful. That's why my writing is quite personal. The kind of plays I've written, yeah.
So any plans to write films, as in like
films? Yeah, I don't think I can plan it, but I definitely see myself writing more. I just don't I don't have the time. Mostly, that's my issue. I think if something really tempting presented itself, a project to work on, I would definitely write, but it requires a lot of time and focus on nothing else. So when I'm acting, I can't write at the same time.
And you've done all kinds of films, as we were talking earlier, that you've done some big banner films, you've done independent films. Recently you did a lovely film called Ribbon. So does the selection of role happens based on the character, or?
I think first, the scripts select me, because people have a certain idea of who I am and the kind of work I do. So already there's a sort of filtering process that happens. The kind of scripts I get offered are pretty unique, and down a certain alley I get offered, people come up to me and say, oh, this is a disturbing role, so you'll do really well, which I don't know if I should take as a compliment or not. But yeah, I do look at characters, try not to repeat myself, try to make something different out of each character. Of course, they have to be believable, relatable, something human about the character, even if it's a negative character. What are the qualities that made that person the way they are? Very important. And uniqueness of a script also.
It is in a way but a compliment when somebody says that it's a disturbing role, so you'll fit in well. So it's quite a compliment.
I guess, but I've also been offered to play an alien, and they said we couldn't think of anyone else to play an alien. Now I don't know if that's a compliment.
Even I'm not very sure, but I'm sure they were paying a lot of tribute to your acting skills. That probably you can pull something off, off like that.
That's very sweet of you.
But are you planning to play the alien finally?
No, I turned down that role. Not that I wouldn't want to play an alien. I think it's an amazing idea to play an alien, but it wasn't a very good role.
Alright. But does it happen very often that you have to turn down roles? Because of the kind of characters that they may represent?
No, I think that's why I say those scripts choose me, because already the kind of scripts that come my way are usually according to my taste. I've already, I think people have a pretty clear idea of who I am because I'm quite candid and outspoken about things. So I don't have to worry too much. But it's.
You think that, wow, I'd love to do this. If at all there's a remake of a film, I'd love to play this particular character.
Can I be Charlie Chaplin?
Well, if somebody offered an alien, then Charlie Chaplin is not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, a female Charlie Chaplin of some kind. I think that would be great, like a sort of Joker character. I would love to do that. A silent role, I would love to do that.
Alright. And what's next? When I want to see you on big screen again now?
Well, actually I'm doing...
we loved Ribbon, by the way. We loved your performance.
Thank you, yes. I'm doing a web series called Made in Heaven with Zoya Akhtar, and it's all about rich Delhi weddings going wrong, and I play a rich Delhi woman going wrong. Yeah.
It's wonderful, isn't it? On one hand, somebody thinks that you can play X character, and on the other, it's like the opposite end of the spectrum to play a rich Delhi woman kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I love about my job, that you can go from playing a clown on stage where you're wearing rags to like playing the Miss Posh la-di-da brat, you know, and to allow yourself to go into zones which are also uncomfortable, which you don't normally think about in real life all the time, at least.
And lastly about Goa, I mean, you shot Candy Flip in Goa, but I heard through friends that you come very, very often here to Goa.
Very, very often, I don't know, but yes, I've come here for a lot of my friends' weddings, which have been very memorable. And I do like surfing. I do like water sports. Today I went snorkeling in the morning. I like Goa. I like the food here. I think it's really, really good. You guys have fresh air, which is a nice change. And yeah.
Well, you know, they say about Bombay and Delhi that these are the only two cities where you can see what you're breathing.
Correct.
Unlike Goa, where it's much present. But we'd love to see you in Goa more often, and we'd love to see you on the big screen more often as well. All the very best, and I know you have to rush, you have to catch a flight, but thank you so very much for taking some time off and talking to us.